Hi everyone, there's been a few questions about the broad analysis process, so I just want to check in with you and make sure that I provide you with really good information for your success in the assignment. So as we're starting out, I want to highlight the diagram that's on the outside of your module. This will help you to think in terms of what you need to look at when you're doing your broad analysis. And really, this diagram illustrates the PESTLE model, and within your book it really highlights the PEST model, which is political, economic, social, and technological areas of focus for the pieces of a broad analysis, and with the PESTLE it adds the components of environmental and legal. So this kind of helps you to think about what type of aspects you'll be looking at. And I just want to remind you in your textbook that there are some guides that will really help you. The whole section 2 in the book itself is the broad analysis. And then within, what I want to hone in on is on page 44, it really has some very good information as far as types of questions to be asking yourself or thinking through as you're doing your broad analysis. So this is broken down into the PEST model. So this is very, very helpful to kind of frame your thought as what you're looking at when you're doing your broad analysis. You don't have to answer all of these questions, but it really helps to trigger thought in what areas to really look at when you're completing your assignment. In addition, as we're looking at the book itself, chapter number 9 goes through exactly the broad analysis. So we're looking at, in chapter number 9, the external opportunities and threats that you'll be looking for. So this will be wonderful guidance for you as you're completing your broad analysis. So hold on, we're going to go inside the module now. And please remember that there is the section Resources for Success, your content folder within the module. And within that folder, there are many, 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 many links. And these are all links that would be appropriate to look at, and there's actually more even beyond the screen that we're looking at. So take a look there too, because that will give you some links to look at as you're completing your broad analysis. In addition, I'm going to reopen the discussion board that we just completed because you all shared some links as well. So I'm going to open that up. It's not necessarily for comments anymore, but just so that if you remember that you saw a link in someone's post and you want to go back and get it, it will be open for you. So just know that that will be reopened for you, but it's not necessarily to comment on. It's just as a resource that you all shared with each other. So with that being said, I'm just going to take a look at the form itself just to kind of highlight the form. So hold on. Okay, as you're doing your broad analysis, what you will do is you will complete the matrix, or part of the matrix. Let me clarify that. It's just part of the matrix for this time. So you will do the top part of the matrix, and you will do the broad analysis section of the matrix. So in the broad analysis section, the form itself looks a little deceiving. What you will do is you'll put the majority of the content in this area, and this area will expand for you as you add information. So please be sure that you refer back to the rubric as you're completing your broad analysis to make sure that you touch on the components that you need to touch on when you do the content area of the broad analysis. And I want to remind you, this is not a paper. You can do bullet points in this section, just really kind of a quick and clean overview of the findings, the outside factors that impact your organization, and think very broad. Even think about upcoming employment trends, what's going on socially. All those factors play a part into how you will position your organization for the future. And very often some of the upcoming trends you really need to start morphing and changing organizations very early to accommodate for those upcoming trends, laws, regulations, those types of things. So even for some organizations, say for instance for McKendree University, we should be looking at employment trends and what do we see as the upcoming top areas in employment, so that we can be sure that we prepare students how they need to be prepared for the future. So those types of things. So not only the here and now, what's directly impacting you, but also kind of what's coming down the pike as far as proposed legislation, those types of things, what the trends you're seeing in our political system, those types of things. So anyway, as you're doing your broad analysis, again, you just want to list the information. You want to cite where you get the information from, and the citation in this area would be just like you do in the body of the paper, but this is not a paper. So look at page 177 of the APA manual. So you'll want to cite your sources, and then from the information that you gain, you will determine the opportunities and the threats for your organization. And then you'll do a reflection on the process of doing the broad analysis. So you will be completing this section of your analysis. And for your next assignment, you'll be doing the focused analysis. So for right now, you're really focusing on a very broad analysis. And of course, make sure that your reference list is in APA format. So if you have any questions whatsoever about completing the assignment, please let me know. If not, I look forward to reading and finding out what you're finding about your organization. Take care now.